The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe, and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for having me call in. It's Dwayne the Mattress Guy, calling from Mattress by Appointment, 813-452-5555. Today we just got a truckload in, more kings and queens. We've been selling a lot of this, they call it the Washington Euro, the queen size has been selling like crazy. I got 5 more in now. It's a hybrid mattress. It's got coils and foam on the bottom, but then it's got just the foam on the top. You don't sink to the bottom. It's got good support, but yet it's nice and soft. So tell your people about that. It's been going like crazy, but I got more coming, or I got more actually just came in today, plus more coming again next week. So we're doing all right. Again, 813-452-5555. I've got kings, queens, fulls, twins. Queens started as low as $150. We've got pillow tops. We've got the Euro tops. We've got hybrids. We've got super firms. Just about got everything in stock. Just the trick is you can't just stop by. You got to call me or text me, 813-452-5555. We'll set up a time to meet. Usually we get the deal done in 20 minutes or less, and I can deliver the same day. So you can have a new bed tonight. It's that easy. I'm up over at Orient Road by the casino, kind of by the fairgrounds. 813-452-5555. Thanks, Ryan. We'll talk.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hi, what's going on? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. We are live from the brand new setup. I no longer am recording Hoppe Hour at my apartment. We are now live. iHeartMedia Candy. iHeartMedia Tampa Bay. Whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever the hell you want to identify it as, we are now recording at iHeartMedia Tampa Bay. Thanks to Tommy Chuck, Brian Donovan, John Momola, and everybody that's made everything possible over here. Now, this is the first time you're hearing the show. Hi, my name's Ryan Hoppe, and I rant about all things celebrity news.
Watch out. Hoppe is about to rant.
And I saw this right here, and this totally didn't throw me off at all. Adam Levine was caught cheating. Now, I'm not saying that every famous person cheats, but a good portion of famous people cheat. And if you were to have a textbook of a celebrity that would cheat, and you were to have a textbook example, it would always be someone like Adam Levine. He's in a boy band. He's very sexual when he's dancing. Oh, and also, he's a douchebag. He's not likable. He's talented, but it's not somebody I'd want to hang out with. And I love how the media is trying to cancel Adam Levine for cheating. You would be surprised that the people that always portray a perfect marriage are always the one that are a lot of times going through infidelity. Just saying, a lot of times, the people you would never expect to be cheaters are the ones that are cheaters.
After Adam Levine shut down cheating allegations in his current relationship with Bahati Prince Lou, a throwback interview with the Maroon 5 frontman resurfaced, in which he admitted to being unfaithful in the past.
Oh, so he claims he's not cheating now, but in 2009 he was cheating? Oh, he's a different man 14 years later. He's learned his lesson.
In a 2009 interview with Cosmopolitan, the star revealed his thoughts on monogamy, sharing at the time, quote, "Instinctively, monogamy is not in our genetic makeup. People cheat. I have cheated. And you know what? There is nothing worse than the feeling of doing it."
Even though I've done it about 1,000 times since this interview 14 years ago. Here's the thing, by the way, I always am fascinated by the significant others. It doesn't matter what gender, doesn't matter what orientation you identify as. I'm always fascinated by the people that are like notable cheaters. When there is like rumors going around and everybody knows and everybody's like whispering in any profession ever. Radio, music, TV, being an engineer, working at Publix, Word always gets out. And the most fascinating part is when you see that couple out and about and you just see the disgust on their face. Kind of reminds me of Will and Jada. It's just that business relationship setup.
Adam was 29 years old at the time of the interview and did not start dating his now wife until 2 years later. But the comments are making waves once again after social media model Sumner Stroh went viral on TikTok accusing Adam of allegedly having an affair with her.
Oh, allegedly having an affair. She's acting like, I don't want to use the word victim, but she's like, I didn't know what I was doing when I was banging someone that's obviously in a relationship. I love when the side chicks will ruin their life and then they're like, I didn't know what I was doing. Really? It takes two to tango. It's his fault and it's your fault too. You know what I mean? You were banging a married man. Just saying.
Adam denied the allegations in a statement on Instagram, sharing, quote, I use poor judgment in speaking with anyone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner.
Did they change the definition of flirtatious manner? Does that include pulling down your pants and having full-on sex? Flirtatious manner. Get the hell out of here. We know you cheat, bro. You're Adam Levine. You're in like the biggest soccer mom band ever. You can get any 35-year-old midlife crisis soccer mom.
I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period of my life. He went on to admit that certain instances became, quote, inappropriate, but he's taking the right steps to, quote, remedy this with his family.
I love this too. Whenever there's somebody that gets caught cheating, they're like, I'm going to fix this. Like how? By breaking up with your significant other that you did not respect whatsoever by cheating on them? Cheating is a weird topic because it's very cringy. It's very douchey. It's very it makes you look like a narcissist and that you're not willing to work through the problems with your significant other. Something's going on and you're too much of a wimp to either break up or you want to keep the relationship together. And it's just sad, man. It's really sad because then they're like, I'm going to repair it. And then they cheat again. They obviously don't respect you. And you know all those things when you're laying in bed with your significant other, all those things they do in the bedroom or maybe even new tricks they've brought, they're doing that with somebody else. Think about how graphic sex can be. And they're doing that with something else. People don't want to think about it because it's like a weird topic, sex and that, but they're doing that with other people. You have the chances of STDs. You can have families be ruined or whatever. But, oh, yeah, this is a real easy fix. Let me just get some tape. You know what I mean? Adam Levine's acting like, oh, I'm just going to go to Home Depot and get a few things to fix the hole in the wall. Like, it's a little more than just a fixing thing, bruh.
Quote, my wife and my family is all I care about in this world.
Oh, you cared about them so much when you were banging side chicks at your second house you probably have. Oh, I care about my family so much. Shut up.
To be this naive and stupid enough to risk the only thing that truly matters to me was the greatest mistake I could ever make.
Also, why hasn't she left his side immediately? She was out and about with him. Come on now, have a little respect for yourself.
We'll never make it again. I take full responsibility. We will get through it, and we will get through it together.
What is this we? You're the one that cheated. Oh, man.
The 43-year-old concluded his message.
Doesn't it feel like he'd be older than 43? I mean, I don't know. I feel like he'd be between 25 to 54. Like, at some points you go, man, Adam Levine seems older, and at some points he seems younger, which is probably why he cheats. He's trying to be young.
Sumner went viral on TikTok when she claimed that she had an affair with the She Will Be Love singer when she was, quote, young, naive, and exploited.
Oh, but I'm different now. No, you're not. If you're talking about ruining a marriage and that's all you're going to be famous for, you have no redeeming talent. You're not fun to be around. And trust me, if you can't keep that quiet, no one's going to want to be friends with you because that means you can't keep secrets quiet. Also, why does every side chick for singers or rappers or NBA players, they all look the same? Way too much makeup, overcompensation, and just bad vibes, man. I remember I used to hang out in this friend group, and literally he would just cheat on his wife all the time. It was somebody I used to hang out with, and I was like, oh my God, we'd be in Ybor, and he'd just be talking to these women that were all like his side chicks, and they all had the same personality. You know, nothing new, nothing less. It was like talking to the wall. You know what I mean? You're just like, hello? Anybody there? Nope.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment was brought to you by Rich Keeley. He is the best barber in all of the Bay Area. So here's how it goes. Here's how it works. You can't just go to Salon Loft on Kennedy Boulevard right next door to McDonald's and go, hey, can I get a haircut? No, you got to sign up at richkbarber.com. But when you go there and you sign up and you tell him I sent you, he will hook you up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Well, it was good while it lasted, I guess.
But Sheriff, the glory hole is the pride and joy of Dougal County.
Fella found an even older glory hole 2 towns over. Lord knows I ain't looking forward to telling the tourism board about this.
Such an elegant concept. A simple, lowly hole to commemorate his glory.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
What's going on? What's happening? It's Happy Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe. Call the show, 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And also, if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, there is a talkback feature there.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
You can leave me a message. I will be sure to play it on my show. And like I always say, we are on every major platform, though. Spotify, TuneIn, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and much, much more. All right, I see this here. And Rajon Rondo settles assault and battery lawsuit, 2020 parking garage incident. And to me, it's never really like cool whenever people get into fist fights past college. I just kind of look at you and I go, oh dear goodness, you are a loser. But like, if you get into a fight outside of a bar, maybe you're a little overserved, you're a little too turned up or whatever, you can kind of defend it. But to me, to get into like an incident in a parking garage or like an elevator or like a lobby, that's a little more sociopathic. And that's not surprising that sociopathic behavior would come from Rajon Rondo. Because when he's playing basketball, man, he's got that intense look in his eyes. And that hatred between him and Chris Paul, they're essentially the same person. Although Chris Paul just doesn't get into fights in parking garages. He's just passive-aggressive and loses by 50 points. Rajon Rondo has settled a lawsuit in L.A., according to court filings, from a 2020 incident where the NBA player was accused of assaulting a woman in a parking lot. In documents obtained by TMZ Sports, the attorney for the plaintiff, who sued Rondo for assault and battery, filed a notice in an L.A. court indicting the parties had reached a settlement. Now, a judge must dismiss the case, which should be a formality. So this woman sued Rondo after claiming she was injured during an altercation outside of an apartment complex in July 2020. And if you look at the pictures, man, it's not good. She alleged the former Clippers point guard was upset about how close her car was to his pricey $300,000 Rolls Royce, which she said led to Rondo's girlfriend attacking her. In the video obtained by TMZ Sports, Rondo appears to nudge the woman with his elbow. Oh, what a delightful man. That's an NBA player thing, elbowing people. Like, I think of Ron Artest immediately. The attorney for the victim said no man should ever put their hands on a woman, especially an NBA player with superior height and muscle. The video speaks for itself. The former Cavs player who last played in Cleveland is currently an NBA free agent. Yeah, I don't really know who's going to want to like be associated with Rondo. Let me look up how old he is. He's one of those weird players where he's like a borderline Hall of Famer. Like, he is a good player, but it's obvious that he has character issues. And he's been known to kind of be hard to be around. He is 36 years old. My God, that makes me feel old. I guess when he was 24, that was 12 years ago in 2010 when they played the NBA, when they played the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm just having a crisis because I cannot believe that Rajon Rondo is almost 40 years old. WNBA players abandon annual Russian season after Brittany Griner's 9-year prison sentence on drug charges and invasion of Ukraine. Nobody's going to go there until she's home. NBA players aren't playing in Russia this year as they have previously. This comes after Brittany Griner's 9-year prison sentence on drug charges. Russian authorities say she was caught bringing in cannabis oil into the country. She was taken in February as Russia was ramping up its invasion of the Ukraine. Yeah, she picked a really bad time and a really bad presidency to pull this off. Like, there's all those rumors that Donald Trump was going to literally drop a nuclear bomb or do a World War III to get ASAP Rocky free when he beat up those people overseas and got into that fight. Yeah. I'm just saying, I think Donald, the orange man, probably would have got her out, but the whole world just kind of looks at our president and goes, yeah, we're not afraid of you. Also, here's the other problem. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. Brittany Griner, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, those are the household names from the WNBA. I find WNBA jokes to be dumb and sexist. Hey, get in the kitchen, says the dude that doesn't even know how to cook and needs to rely on a woman because he's a pussy. Here's the thing. Brittany Griner is the most famous WNBA player currently, I would say. She's controversial. She's world famous. And she didn't get freed. And she got 9 years and will get out if she serves all 9 years at the age of 40. If Russia's not letting her go immediately, why do you think the other players that aren't as big of household names, no offense to them, why is Russia going to go, oh, you're not coming overseas to play with us? No, they don't care. They're looking to take over the world or whatever they're doing. Man, us Americans, we are such narcissists. Now, granted, I love that I am recording a podcast at a radio company in America where you have an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I love my life. I love the American dream, even though I think boomers ruined it. But what I'm saying is I love the idea of America. There's not a lot of things I like about it, but I would want to live here over any other country. But my goodness, we have this self-importance. And it sucks that Brittany Griner's being used as a pawn, as a political pawn. But also, like, why did you think that was fine? It's not even legal in most of America. Do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that if you don't have your medical card and you have the, medical marijuana, little cartridge, like the one that Brittany Griner got caught with, that's a felony. If America's a douchebag about it, why would Russia have our back? I don't know. I find it sad. So I'm not really into golf, but now that I work in sports radio, I've been watching the PGA channel a little more. My grandpa was a golfer. It's kind of funny. My grandpa always told me, because he was born like 1920-ish, he would have been like 100. He died like 12 years ago. And he was always like, oh, I was so close to being a famous golfer. And then I was like, oh, are there any records of it online? And he's like, yeah, I was always close to being a famous golfer, but then my first wife died and I had to take care of my daughter, my half aunt or whatever. And I was like, okay. Well, I talked to my great uncle about 13 months ago, and he's 90 years old. He was 89 at the time. And he was obviously my grandpa's brother. And he was like, oh, that golfing career that your grandpa talked about, he participated in tournaments. He wasn't like a famous player. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And it made me wonder how much we were lied to by our grandparents because there was no social media proof. Like, there's really no proof that anything happened until about 2008. You know what I mean? Like, even the 90s is kind of blurry. I'm just saying. But I'm getting into golf, and it says here, the LIV chief, Greg Norman, will meet with lawmakers at Capitol Hill to educate on the Saudi-backed league and counter the PGA Tour's anti-competitive effort as golf civil war continues. Few things here. First of all, the term golf civil war, that must be the most like laid back, like little war ever. A civil war between golf leagues. Oh, wow. So exciting. Oh, no, it's a real barn burner. One billionaire yelling at the other. I don't know. I don't get it. I try to get into golf. It's fine. Everybody's so woke. Oh, they took money from the LIV golf tournament. They took money from the league that's backed by Saudis. If you knew how your famous rich celebrities got their money and who they put money into, you would be so surprised. Not defending the people that did and signed up for LIV Golf, but at the same time, it doesn't affect your life. And if you thought about and found out how corrupt the world is, LIV Golf looks like nothing. I'm just saying, if you're honestly outraged over a golf league and how the money was funded, even though you'll never have any impact on it and will never be a professional golfer, you're not someone I want to hang out with. You're not like, oh yeah, it's a guy that's getting outraged over golf. Like, wow, invite him to the party.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment is brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. When I tell you that they are the best printing company in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. For all the info, WestChasePrinting.com, baby.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Like a $9,000 prostitute, please. Oh, do you have 9 $1,000 ones? Yeah, good. And if you got an albino, send her up too. And like 20 minutes, I'm going to be asleep, so get them up here. I had like half a bottle of melatonin, 6 beers, this whole bucket of chicken. Oh, the Sandman is coming.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yes. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. And if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, which I would have no idea why you're not, you can use the talkback feature, and there you can leave me a message. We are also heard on the Quad Pod Network, QODPOD.com/Ryan Hoppe. And every Thursday at 5 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. Central at ZRadioLive.com, ZRadio Live on Odyssey and TuneIn. We have so much to get into here. All right. Tom Hanks is in the news, by the way. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen enjoy breakfast together in Los Angeles as they spark rumors of a Toy Story franchise return. There's one thing, if you're listening to Hoppe Hour for the first time ever, there's one thing that I'm working on, and if you legitimately have any advice, let me know. I've pretty much fixed my speech impediment. I've had it since I was a little kid, but it's kind of funny. I have a hard time saying words that begin with an ST, so you would say I have a stutter when it comes to saying a word. So that's why I had a hard time saying the word Toy Story. So if you got any advice out there, or you're a speech coach or whatever the hell you do, hit me up. But I'm glad that Tim Allen and Tom Hanks going out to eat for breakfast is what that franchise needs. And everybody was like, well, the Buzz Lightyear movie failed because it was woke. Now, I grew up loving that franchise. I didn't really like the third movie. I didn't really like the fourth movie, but the first two, solid movies. You got a friend in me. Other thing, you can't play music on a podcast, so I would easily be playing the music from the soundtrack, but I can't. So you get this version. You got a friend in me. Okay. And the Nintendo game was good. Everything was great with it. And there was a Buzz Lightyear cartoon that came out in 2000 and was on the Disney Channel for like 2 years. Or Toon Disney or one of those channels. And then they had a VHS DVD they had a VHS tape that came out of the cartoon. And I've always been a huge Lightyear fan. I'm obsessed with Buzz Lightyear. Had Buzz Lightyear toys. My favorite character. There's the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disneyland where you can like shoot things. I love Buzz Lightyear. So I was so excited when the new Lightyear movie came out. And as a fan of the franchise, I was a little confused. I was a little thrown off when I found out that Tim Allen wasn't voicing Buzz Lightyear. I go, how could they do that? It's not fair to him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery known as fake outrage and sort of leaning on the conservative side. You know what that was? He wasn't needed for the movie because it's not the same Buzz Lightyear. In the original franchise, Andy, who owns the Woody toy, and I'm not trying to geek out right now because I'm not that big of a Disney fan. If you want to hear about a big Disney fan, talk to my girlfriend. But what I'm saying is, in the original movie, Andy gets the Buzz Lightyear toy because in 1997, when the movie came out, or 94, or whatever year it was, I believe it was 94, 95, one of those years, the whole point of the new Lightyear movie was that was the movie that Andy saw that made him want to get the toy in 1995. So why would the Buzz Lightyear that comes to life in Andy's bedroom, voiced by Tim Allen, be the same voice as the movie that Andy was seeing if it was a real life scenario? You know what I mean? I don't get it. And everybody was so mad. Tim Allen's not invited. Tim Allen's a douche. What was that awful sitcom, Last Man He Had? It was garbage, and the only reason people were mad it got canceled was because like all the Trump supporters, and if you learn one thing here, I don't vote. I hate all politicians, but I will call out everybody. All the Trump supporters were like, they canceled it because he was MAGA. No, they canceled it because it was a garbage sitcom with a laugh track. And then it got brought back for 5 more seasons, and it was just like the void. Like watching that sitcom, Last Man with Tim Allen, you're just filling the void of not trying to think about dying, of trying not to think about death. Like that's just you filling the void of boredom. Because that was one of the worst shows ever. So you have that aspect of Lightyear where everyone's mad at Tim Allen and wasn't featured in it. And then everyone's like, it was a flop, even though it made like 50 to 70 million, which is solid. I want to see you make a movie that's made between 50 to 70 million. And then the woke offendedness of a girl-on-girl kiss in the Lightyear movie. Oh, dear God. They weren't kissing the lower lips. They were kissing their lips on their mouth. It wasn't the fun lips. It was the normal lips. There's a character in Buzz Lightyear where She's saying goodbye to her wife before she goes on a mission or something, and it's a quick smooch, little smoosh. That was it. Oh my God, my kids can't be exposed to that. Why not? It's just gonna burn them forever. You do realize when you try to hide sex so much from your kids that you're just gonna make your kids into bigger sluts. I mean, look at me.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh yeah, I really like recording at a professional setup and having a company that believes in you.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
It's really appreciated. Woohoo! This following segment was brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts. When I tell you that Amir is the best in the Bay, I'm a man of my words. All right, here's how it goes. AmirAcademy.com. He's got a class Monday through Saturday. Women's self-defense, MMA classes, kids classes, everything. He's got his own weight room. He's got boxing bags so you can punch. All you can do. Anything you want can go down at Amir Academy of Martial Arts. Just go there and tell him I sent you.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Doctors say the life expectancy of the average man is now 76.2 years.
76.2, but I'm already 38.1. I've wasted half my life. Half my life gone, and I'm only guaranteed 38 more years.
Watch out. Hoppe is about to rant.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49 Hoppe. Whatever. If you're listening 35 minutes in, you know how to get into contact with me. Sex addict who slept with more than 700 men reveals the night she hit rock bottom and how she would prowl for random guys at the supermarket. I've always, well, I'm in a relationship. So let me word this differently. When I was single, you would always hear guys go hit on women at the supermarket. That seems like a kinky place, bro. You have to have a certain BDE to pick up a girl at a supermarket or a coffee shop. Belinda Love Regier bedded more than 700 men during her addiction. The ex-Bachelor star says sex was always at the top of my mind and she would find partners in nightclubs and even the supermarket. Her compulsion impacted her friendships, but now she is on the road to recovery. Yeah. I don't know what that is, because, like, sex is weird. It's dangerous because you can get pregnant or whatever. But if that's what you got to do, man, it's what you got to do. But you got to be safe about it. And having sex with a condom, I'm going to be real with you. Oh, it could be good for the woman. They might dig it or whatever. But for guys, it's like, yeah, you're happy to be there. You're grateful. It's like you know what it is? It's like non-alcoholic beer or something. Like it tastes good. it's nice. And if you really enjoy it, you're a weird guy. If you really enjoy like wearing condoms, like it's safe and responsible. This is a family show, though. I shouldn't get into this. Trust me, if this is the first time you're listening, this is not a family show. CBS slammed is tone deaf as its decision to cut the Queen's funeral to air The Price is Right. While all other news networks aired the funeral of Britain's longest-serving monarch, CBS aired new episodes of The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. The network was slammed by internal sources who said choosing not to air live coverage of the funeral is akin to waving a white flag. This is a huge event. If you have a legitimate news division and you want to grow and show yourself as being legit, you have to cover it, said one source. Whatever. I don't even hate the royal family, but dude, all the coverage on all the news sites for all the celebrity news, Daily Mail, TMZ, all these sites that go on, all of them. every single site I go on, they're all talking about, oh my God, royal family this, royal family. It's like, okay, we got it. We got it. Rest in peace. I'm sorry. May she have a good time in the afterlife that doesn't exist. I'm sorry. It sucks. But like, okay. Cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to move on at some point. My goodness. Life's too short or whatever.
Any day I get off.
Yeah.
I'm just like in mom mode.
Katy Perry is showing appreciation for the days she gets to just be a mom.
Hell
the
yeah.
37-year-old fireworks singer was a guest star on Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett's podcast.
If you're an at-home mother and you really want to be an at-home mother and you're able to achieve that, my mom, I saw it single-handedly because she was able to work part-time while taking care of me growing up while my dad worked full-time. And it's a beautiful thing, like especially for a woman that really wants to have a kid. When you can be an at-home mother and that's what you want to do, that must be one of the best feelings ever.
Smartless on Tuesday, and she opened up about why she's not interested in having a full-time nanny for her and fiance Orlando Bloom's 2-year-old daughter, Daisy Dove.
I am working a lot, and I've always worked a lot, and kind of been a matriarchal figure.
Yes, you have been.
I love when people have to let you know how legendary they are. You know what I mean? Okay, you are a legend. You are a matriarch. You don't have to let us know. We are aware. You kissed a girl and you liked it.
I have a wonderful nanny, but I don't have a full-time nanny because I feel like if I had a full-time nanny, then I would never be able to know how to like care for my daughter.
Well, also, if you had a full-time nanny, then you would have to pay health care and benefits. And we know how that's going for millennials.
Right.
Like I'm meant to. And so therefore, any day I get off, I'm just like in mom mode. Like,
you take out the mom mode part and I can relate.
Doesn't matter if I've had a show that goes till 11 p.m. the night before. I'm waking up at 6 o'clock and we're going to go and do breakfast.
Man. Like, oh my God. Sometimes I go, I think I want to be a father. And then I hear about like, oh yeah, I got 2 hours of sleep and I drove my kids to school and they weren't even grateful. And I'm like, I don't know if that's my vibe, man.
Yes, I have the no sleep shakes, but
yeah, I literally go to bed every night at 1, sleep until 10 or 11. I produced the NFL pregame and postgame show, Countdown to Kickoff and Overtime with T. Crass and Michael Clayton and Jay Retcher. Like 2 weeks ago for the opening game against the Cowboys, the Buccaneers game against the Cowboys. And I didn't get home till 2, went to bed at 3, and then got up at 11:15 and then was back at iHeartMedia Gandy around 12. If I had a kid, it would not be possible.
Yeah, so I'm doing mom mode today, and my sister tapped in to do some Play-Doh while we're
I don't like Katy Perry. I think Dark Horse was a real good song. I don't like when the radio takes out the Juicy J part. It's a little insulting. Here's the thing, though. She's kind of giving me the vibes of not like completely overcompensating, but I hate, and this goes with any gender, if it's the father or the man or the woman, the mother, whatever is involved. I hate the entitlement of, well, I'm a mother, so... Okay, you didn't pull out and you completed the task, the most basic human task of all time. I got my own problems too. We all have our own problems. Oh, but I'm a parent. Oh, so you don't make good decisions when it's time to pull out. You just keep going. Got it. Oh yeah. We must bow down to you and appreciate your greatness. You had a kid? Wow. And shout out to all the parents out there. You guys are awesome. You guys brought kids into this world. I don't know why. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I hate, especially when people have kids young. Oh my God. You have a kid at 18, 19, or 20. They know the world. No, you don't. You got pregnant at 18, 19, 20. You don't know anything. I don't know anything either. None of us know anything. Hey, when parents go, oh, I know everything. I'm like, no, you don't. If you knew everything, you wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck with your kid. Just saying. I'm just saying, man. It's being real here, and that's what we do on Hoppe Hour. We are always 1-856-49-HOPPE.
It's Jason for Hollywood Life with your Car Jenna Roundup. Let's jump into it today with Kim Kardashian because she reveals how her kids embarrass her on Zoom meetings. The Skims founder spoke at a Day of Unreasonable Conversation event and talked about her life multitasking as a parent.
An unreasonable conversation event. That sounds fun.
As well as becoming a lawyer. According to People magazine, film producer Scott Budnick praised Kim for being able to take virtual meetings despite being a busy parent, but also pulled back the...
That same thing. Busy parent. Cool. Wow. Amazing.
...curtain and revealed that her kids are always interrupting her on Zoom. He said,
yeah, you had like 9 kids with Kanye. Sorry.
No matter how many doors she locks, she cannot keep the kids out of the room. While
sucks.
Kim said she was embarrassed and replied, they figured out a way in. This isn't the...
It's got to be hard having sex when you have kids.
First time her kids made headlines for interrupting her on camera. Recall last December, her daughter North was doing a TikTok live video when she walked in on Kim and said, Mom, I'm live. And Kim said,
oh, that wasn't planned out. Honey, I'll buy you that new Gucci purse for $50,000 if you walk in and pretend that you don't know what you're doing.
Said, no, stop, you're not allowed to.
And that kid looks like it's got demons, man. I mean, if Kanye West was my father too, I'd be sad. But my God, that kid's going to be sassy when it's an adult.
Video ended. I have to say these kids are adorable, but I do know what it feels like to be constantly interrupted. Switching gears to Kanye West because it looks like he has a new lady in his life. And this...
Oh, who is this riveting model? Oh, hi. My name is Candace.
This time it's model Candace Swan Powell.
I swear on everything in this whole world, because I'm a man of my words. I had no idea the name of his girlfriend. I just guessed Candace, and it was Candace. I had no idea. Wow, I feel pretty proud.
Like he has a new lady in his life, and this time it's model Candace Swan Powell.
She's just a blonde wearing a dress. I mean, what would the name be? Gertrude?
According to a source who told Entertainment Tonight, Kanye and Candace are dating, and their relationship is new. They like each other and are happy with how things are going so far.
She likes the clout he gets, that she gets from him, and he likes the fact that it makes him feel like he's got somebody. That's going to last forever. Uncut Gems.
Connected over fashion and creativity. Kanye is excited about Candace. Ye also seemingly hinted that he was hanging out with Candace when he took to Instagram on Thursday to share a story that showed the two of them standing together behind blurred out glass.
That's hinting. Hi, I'm with somebody. I love the celebrity news media. He's hinting at the fact that he's hooking up with this woman that he took a picture with and put on social media, where he usually never promotes anybody but himself. No, they're just playing checkers together. Of course they're banging.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Let me just play this for you guys.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for having me call in. It's Dwayne the Mattress Guy calling from Mattress by Appointment, 813-452-5555. Today we just got a truckload in, more kings and queens. We've been selling a lot of this, they call it the Washington Euro. The queen size has been selling like crazy. I got 5 more in now. It's a hybrid mattress. It's got coils and foam on the bottom, but then it's got just the foam on the top. So you don't sink to the bottom. It's got good support, but yet it's nice and soft. So tell you people about that. It's been going like crazy, but I got more coming, or I got more actually just came in today, plus more coming again next week. So we're doing all right. Again, 813-452-5555. I've got kings, queens, fulls, twins. Queen started as low as $150. We've got pillow tops. We've got the Euro tops. We've got hybrids. We've got super firms. Just about got everything in stock. Now, just the trick is you can't just stop by. You got to call me or text me, 813-452-5555. We'll set up a time to meet. Usually we get the deal done in 20 minutes or less, and I can deliver the same day. So you can have a new bed tonight. It's that easy. I'm off over at Orient Road by the casino, kind of by the fairgrounds, 813-452-5555. Thanks, Ryan. We'll talk to you later.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Listen to me, Randy. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, whether you're white or black or Sasquatch even. As long as you follow your dream, no matter how crazy or against the law it is. Except for Sasquatch. If you're Sasquatch, the rules are different.
Forget it, Meatwad. I'm a circus freak. That's all I'll ever be.
Whatever.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
My mic was not on. Oh, yeah. This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you and you. And don't think I forgot about you. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperradio@gmail.com.
Yo, what's up?
And if you're using the iHeartRadio app to listen to Hoppe Hour, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, you can use the talkback feature. There you can leave me a message, baby. Also, this show is being brought to you by FitSageFitness.net. When I tell you that Devin Prasad is the best trainer in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. I would not lie to you. Go to FitSageFitness.net, and he's got different memberships. Also, this is being brought to you by, I think that's it. Soon, I'm going to be creating a company where I'm going to edit podcasts for a rate. So if you're out there and you're looking to do a podcast, hit me up.
Happy Hot Topic!
Today, in infuriating news and a reason why I may never want to have kids.
Armed cops storm a high school in Houston.
Yeah.
Searching for a gunman. Outside, news crews rush to the scene. Choppers hover overhead.
10 students were shot. Our suspects are a Hispanic male. I also have a white male wearing a black shirt. They have rifles.
But it was all a cruel hoax. Reporter Jeff Ealing is with Houston's KTRK-TV.
We went from relief that nothing bad had happened to anger that's...
Yeah, I would be pretty mad too. Dude, if this happened in 2012 and there was a hoax, everybody would be outraged. Pierce Morgan would be the authority on everything. Remember, every day, Opie and Anthony would rip into that douchebag. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are desensitized.
Somebody would try to do something like this.
Heights High School in Houston was just one of a dozen schools in Texas forced into lockdown Tuesday. And law enforcement sources say the hoax calls appear to have all originated from the same phone number. Now there's outrage that a phony 911 call meant that kids once again had to file out of school.
Yeah, you're a loser if you're calling 911 to report a fake shooting. Like, if you think it was, like, possible, maybe. But then show the proof of what you thought was going on. But if you're just calling to get somebody in trouble or do a prank, you're a loser. You're not going to amount to anything.
Their hands in the air far too often. The police chief explained the massive response. He said after Uvalde, they were taking no chances.
Considering what happened recently in an active shooter, we went in and we immediately started searching because we want to make sure our kids are safe and okay.
Yes, I love the ending to Inside Edition videos. It's got the music to let you know that it was a news report. Because without that music, I don't know what we would be here for. I don't even know what I just said. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6770. Oh, this is delightful.
How's this for ironic? An executive of Beyond Meat is accused of biting a man's nose. University of Arkansas police say 53-year-old Doug Ramsey, who has reportedly been the chief operating officer of the plant-based food company since last year, was arrested after an altercation in a parking garage at Razorback Stadium after the football game against Missouri State.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get drunk and angry at a college football game with our small D energy. We're so mad about everything.
Shut up!
Oh, you make all men look bad. Douche.
The preliminary report states as he was leaving the stadium, a car made contact with his vehicle. It further states Ramsey got out of his car, confronted the driver.
I'm angry and I make Beyond Meat, so of course I'm angry with the world.
And bit his nose so hard it removed a piece of flesh.
Oh, delightful. Sounds like things are really happening in Arkansas.
Ramsey's charged with terroristic threatening and third-degree battery.
This next headline right here is infuriating. The news reporters have no idea how hard it is out here.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Americans are relying on buy now, pay later plans for more purchasing power, but there can be a downside.
What's the downside? In the future, you have to pay for it. If you can't afford something now, all these news reporters making a minimum of $100,000, tell me how to use my money, right? Because we can relate to you. Imbeciles.
Deirdre Bolton has more as the federal government is stepping in to give you some protections.
Oh yeah, the government helping us and giving us protections? Yay! Yay, the government's helping us. Yeah. Oh, I hate the government.
This morning, with interest rates on the rise, buy now, pay later companies surging in popularity, now facing government oversight. These companies, such as Klarna, Zip, Zilch, Affirm.
Zilch, that's how I feel about Biden. Although I love how they're like, the government has to ruin everything. We make it impossible to live unless you're a boomer.
And Afterpay offer zero-interest payment plans, unlike credit cards, where the national average is around 17%.
Yeah.
But shoppers could face penalties if a payment is late or missed, and that has one consumer advocacy agency, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, concerned.
Okay, so then pay it on time. That's called being responsible. Just because there's a chance that you can't pay it doesn't mean that people that actually can't pay it should be not given the opportunity to have this service. I don't really know how money works and how the world works, but this is the rich and elite not liking that this is working. You know what I mean? They're trying to sabotage it and find problems.
Federal law prohibits credit card companies from charging unreasonably punitive late fees.
And you have an unreasonably annoying voice. What does this guy do? His name is Rohit Chopra. He is the director of Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Oh, so he's a douche.
Unreasonably punitive late fees. And so we found in our study that buy now, pay later firms are charging a host of late fees. And we're going to look to see if those are fair.
Do you not realize how hard it is out here to live? How hard it is out here to breathe? I'm not defending or trashing these companies, but these rich people that work in bureaus, people that are in the government, people that are reporting the news, they're not having to deal with buy now, pay later plans because they can afford to buy it now. You don't know what it feels like to be broke. You don't know what it feels like to be part-time with no benefits. Get out of here.
The Bureau says it is planning to regulate BNPL companies so they can be monitored in the same way that credit card companies are.
Americans don't always have the same set of protections that they have.
I can't take this guy. Imagine him explaining to his wife why she's wrong about everything. Oh, God, is that an annoying voice. Speaking of annoying people.
The high-profile trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is heading to the big screen.
This is dumb. I thought it was annoying all summer, even though I kind of ended in the middle of June. That was more of a spring thing. But what I'm saying is the reason that was so good was because it was real. Same with Tiger King. People tried to remake that. No, the first time's good. A movie about something that we experienced, there's no need for it. The movie is the hours and hours of footage online. Oh yeah, we can't get any footage of the Ghislaine Maxwell case where rich and elite pedophiles are protected like Prince Andrew of the royal family. Oh, but Johnny Depp's girlfriend taking a dump on a bed, we got hours of coverage there. That's not suspicious at all.
legal battle, and their turbulent relationship has been adapted into a new film called Hot Take, The Depp Heard Trial.
I think this hot take will be better.
Happy hot topic!
Yeah.
On June 1st, a jury in Fairfax County, Virginia, found that the 36-year-old Aquaman actress defamed the 59-year-old Pirates of the Caribbean actor in her 2018 op-ed with the
She just looks nuts, man. I'm not saying he's not crazy, but her eyes, oh my goodness. Sociopath.
Washington Post about domestic violence and abuse, though she did not mention him by name in the article. Depp was awarded more than $10 million in damages, and Heard was awarded $2 million in a countersuit.
And some toilet paper.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
This following segment's being brought to you by the best internet radio around, zradiolive.com. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. Central, Hoppe Hour is syndicated.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh!
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy hot topic!
Brothers together, William and Harry. What did that mean? And tell us, what should we take from this?
We should take that their grandma died and they're together.
Well, it was wonderful to see the whole family united.
Yeah, was it?
That's what the Queen was able to do in her death, was unite the whole family. And just
for one day.
See the two brothers together.
All right, the microphone here of this reporter is awful. So the reporter is saying that the royal family is afraid of Prince Harry's new memoir and that Princess Diana would not like the relationship between William and Harry. I'm not saying Harry's not a douchebag or whatever, but my God, William has such pretentious vibes. Finally on Happy Hour.
Chrissy Teigen is sharing more details about her 2020 pregnancy loss. While speaking during Proper Daily's A Day of Unreasonable Conversation Summit on September 15th, the 36-year-old, who is currently expecting a baby with husband John Legend, explains that she actually had a life-saving abortion.
Oh yeah, but let's let Clarence Thomas and a bunch of privileged white men tell women how to use their body. Scumbags!
He says, 2 years ago when I was pregnant with Jack, I had to make a lot of difficult and heartbreaking decisions. It became very clear around halfway through that he would not survive and that I wouldn't either without any medical intervention.
It's scary that there's some places in America where that option wouldn't be there. I'm glad the boomers that are about to die are dictating our future. Thanks, guys.
Cookbook author then reveals she hadn't realized that she had the procedure until June when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Chrissy adds, let's just call it what it was. It was an abortion to save my life for a baby that had absolutely no chance. And
then all the politicians that got abortion banned, they're the ones that would most likely ask their side chick to get an abortion. It's called overcompensating.
Be honest, I never ever put that together until actually a few months ago.
Yeah.
Soon-to-be mom of 3 also says after recognizing what happened, she felt horrible. Chrissy continues, I fell silent, feeling weird that I hadn't made sense of it that way. I told the world we had a miscarriage. The world agreed we had a miscarriage. All the headlines said it was a miscarriage. And I felt silly that it had taken me over a year to actually understand that we had had an abortion.
She has no confidence in herself. I'm not a fan of her in any other situation, but having the abortion or whatever, I'm on her side. But she has no confidence. Like, I didn't realize until now. It's not something you really want to think about. She's so hard on herself. Everything else, her bullying people and being a sociopath, I don't like Chrissy Teigen, but in this situation, I get it. I'm glad that rich white men are dictating our future. They're just really relatable. Speaking of relatable.
One of the longest prison terms for a Capitol rioter was handed down by a federal judge on Friday. A 47-year-old Michigan man was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison.
for a president that didn't care about you.
And for his role in the attack on the U.S. Capitol on
I wonder if he regrets it, or if his small D energy while he drives a Hummer and drinks an energy drink. Well, he can't do that for 5 years, but I wonder if he's like, I really helped America that day. No, your girl was just cheating on you while you were freaking out at the Capitol. She's like, finally, I get the place to myself.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And like that, he's gone.
Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over.